Welcome back to the Achilles channel. The Conservatives won a great victory in the midterm elections. We won the House, and we got about 6 seats in the Senate. We won a lot of governorships, which is really key to the battle going forward. I was disappointed because I see this country going in the wrong direction. I would have liked to have seen, a complete wipeout of Democrats. I mean, Harry Reid, Barney Frank, who was one of the co-authors of the crisis strategy that has just been implemented on the people through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the Community Reinvestment Act, the deregulation of the banks. How he is still in office is just shocking, but it proves to me that we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. I'd like to see us push back on Obama, no compromise. Force Obama to use the dictatorial powers that he has acquired through the bills that he has passed. Healthcare, regulatory reform bill, all of these jobs bills. All of these bills have structure in them. And the regulatory reform bill, that was the kicker. That gave Obama complete dictatorial powers over this country. And I say we force him to use them so that people will see that he is a dictator. He has got the power. He has made Congress irrelevant. Okay, so that's what all of these conservatives that we have just put in there need to do. I'm not worried about the Senate, because there's a lot of blue dogs over there, blue dog Democrats that, have stood in Obama's way. I mean, he wants to blame all of the problems that he's had pushing forth his bills, his big spending bills, on Republicans. But the reality is, it was the blue dogs in the Senate, the blue dog Democrats in the Senate. So I'm not really worried about the Senate. The House was crucial. We had to purge the House, and we did. Great, good deal. Barney Frank is still in a job, though. Harry Reid still has a job. Barbara Boxer won in a landslide. California. It's funny they put legalization of pot on the ballot so that, to get a certain group of people out to vote, because those people would not have come out to vote. The people who voted for the legalization of marijuana. They wouldn't have even come out. So they put it on the ballot so that they would come out, and knowing that they will all vote for Democrats. That's why Barbara Boxer won. That's why Jerry Brown won. Simply because they got the pot people out of the mother's basement in front of the video game. So that's how they did it. Trickery. But another thing I wanted to talk about today, so congratulations to the Conservatives. We got a long fight ahead of us. That was the first battle in this road to recovery. Okay? They're about to start QE2, quantitative easing 2. The first one did not work. They say, oh, it pulled us back from the brink. All it did is spent money. The growth that they're talking about in the economy came from this spending. There was no real growth. It was government spending, which our children and our grandchildren are going to have to pay for later, which is actually going to collapse the economy of this country. And this is number 2. What did they say? It's going to be upwards of $600 billion. This buying our debt, printing money, is what it is. It's going to create inflation. Your dollar is going to be worth 20% less than it is today. And they talked about that yesterday. Quantitative easing 2. They're talking about all kinds of other things added to this. They're looking at a range of $600 billion to $1.2 trillion. They're thinking about printing. This is going to destroy this country by design, under debt. I mean, what are we at, 13? Almost $14 trillion now? Can't pay that back. Everybody knows that. They're destroying this country. They're creating another crisis so that they can come to the American people and say, listen, this country has failed. This system has failed. So they're going to end this system, create a whole new system, and it's going to be all based on world government, centralized government. I mean, I talk about that a lot. People who watch these videos know I'm deathly afraid that they're leading us to the end of U.S. sovereignty, and not enough people care about that. But this is the way to do it. It's the Cloward-Pivin strategy is really what it is. California is the Cloward-Pivin strategy. Get everybody on the dole, and they'll vote for Boxer and Brown. These are the people who destroyed that state. And there's still, it's more. That's insanity. Do the same thing and think you're going to get a different result. You know? But you're not, they know they're not getting a different result. They just want to keep the gravy train going. California's going to bankrupt. I wish that we could all stand up and say no bailout for them. But the problem is all these people will just move into other states. I live in Maine. I live on the border in New Hampshire. And they just re-elected Lynch. John Lynch. Is it John? Yeah. John Lynch. That state, in a live free or die state, elected Lynch for the fourth term, which is, you know, record. You know, it's because of the people of Massachusetts fleeing the high taxes there, move, and then vote for the same policies and crap that they just ran from. It's insanity is what it is. It's the liberal gene is what it is. Anyway, congratulations to conservatives. Quantitative easing, QE2. Look into it. It's gonna bankrupt this country. God bless America.